we have a constitutional republic. Huh? We're not oscillating between either democracy and or the rule of law. We actually have a body of law called the Constitution, which is what is governing things here. And what they've been trying to do in putting this state of emergency into place is to craft, I would call it a special set of arrangements to give it durability. So we have the extension of the time, we have the adjustment of the curfew, we have Ivor Archie setting up the review tribunal right away in accordance with the point you made about the review tribunal. We have recent statements that you can't have all-night parties, and a lot of adjustment is going on to the architecture. Let's be real clear. A lot of adjustment is going on to the architecture, week by week, to give the thing legs, so it could stand and it could walk and it could run. It's clear to me. And what we're dealing with here is a question of trust. We talk about a constitutional republic and Ivor Archie's algebra, about if it's in the Constitution, it can't be unconstitutional. And like yourself, I have the greatest respect for the guy. He really is a solid thinking person. But I think that the fundamental question is something that we just about touched on at the end, interestingly enough, when you made the point about politicians, except for our friend, who all lie. Okay? And we spoke about Bush and Cheney and the United Nations and the weapons of mass destruction. And then we come to what does the Constitution say? The Constitution speaks, and I'm not playing lawyer. There are people here that will correct me if I'm wrong. But the Constitution speaks about if the nation is facing that scale of danger, the political apparatus has the power to invoke the state of emergency. Now, my question is this. Given that nobody trusts the police. No, we getting to talk about the real thing now. This is the real thing here. Nobody trusts the police. That's why there's a growth of a private security industry. That's why Mr. Manning created a parallel police force. Let's talk about what's actually happening in our country. And then the parallel force they created, this administration didn't trust them, so they were disbanded. So you can't say you're relying on that. We had the whole mess up, the cock up with Reshmi and SIA and SSA, so it wasn't coming from them either. So what is the purity, what is the quality of the information that the administration used to make that call? And that is the illegitimacy of the thing. We're talking about breach of trust and relations of trust in a democracy. Okay? And it's just like somebody, a company like Clico, a finance company, you put in your money in there for your savings, and they don't even have accounts. They don't balance their checkbook. It's a complete breach of trust. So we're really dealing with a very fundamental set of things. If you go around, and there's a paradox in it, I come into the paradox. If you go around Trinidad and Tobago, most people in Trinidad and Tobago don't trust the police. It's facts. I'm not bad talking them. Most people, and for me, I think this government has done, up until this moment, I think this government has done very well. I didn't vote for them. They did very well. The one thing that they dropped the ball on, it never satisfied me, was that thing with Reshmi and the SIA and the SSA. That was a complete mess. And now we have a state of emergency, and the two things are connected. So where were you getting your information? It's a big question, and we haven't even discussed it here. Where you were getting that information? All of the bright people writing about the SOE Martin and all these people. That is the real question, you know. Who informed Kamla? And coming on now, in terms of the quality of this discussion and what work we are about, we have to get livelier. Young people are doing excellent work on the internet on this question. Eh? For those of you into that world of podcasts, and I have some stuff I can forward to some of you all to see. Eh? Fantastic work. Eh? Rapso and hip-hop and really, maybe I'm using the wrong words, but fantastic quality work protesting against the state of emergency. And we have to get lively. I see the cameraman. I hope this is being filmed. I hope it's going to become a podcast and all your website. This mustn't be something that people will say, remember when Michael talked about this 2 years ago? Now, he wasn't there, you know. Everybody should be seeing this discussion. Okay, we're having a responsible, high-level discussion. We're having our disagreements, but it shouldn't just remain who was here and who wasn't here and who fell asleep and who went to the toilet. We have to get with it because it's an information war out there. It's an information war out there. We know who controls the high ground. We know their source of information is impure. And they have the whole constitution and the whole apparatus working for them. Okay? And I regard this, if I could use the popular phrase, I regard this as another misstep in the whole order. This state of emergency is another misstep in the whole order of things in this country. The first huge misstep was at a RISH meeting. We're in a second one now. I will leave it there.